How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the top skins that were submitted to the workshop this week. And if you're new, basically does not mean these skins are for sale yet. They aren't, and some of them may never make it to the store. In fact, most of them probably won't, because only 8 to 10 make it in every week, and then it pretty much moves on. Alright, and so first off, we've got my personal top 10 for you this week, and with that, we've got some more prim gear with the Executioner mask and hide poncho. It's just a really cool little design. It's very well sculpted, and I think it's just one of those things that just fits into the creepy weirdness of Rust. Next, we have the Road Angels gloves and boots. It makes just perfect sense to continue this set. It is very well done, and it's very well received with the new motorcycle and bike update, of course, and with matching boots and gloves to go along with the set. People always want to see a complete set. So is this one of those things that makes perfect sense? Alright, next up we have the top deployables, and at first you're like, wait, what is this? It is the fish furnace, and yeah, this one is just a crazy, stupid, beautiful sculpt, and it's just one of those stupid, funny ones. This set has been a huge popularity, and I could see the fridge selling very well. Next, we've got ourselves a very beautifully sculpted door by Jessen, the Toxic Skull door. I can see a lot of people loving this one just for the look and the toxic slime and the grit and stuff to it, and that very, very biohazard look. Then over here we have another door, and this one popped to me because it's just very uniquely done. The sculpting is done very well, and it has a little sci-fi but very scrappy look to it. This is the block post sheet metal door by Oasis. Then over here we've got ourselves a garage door, the Nuclear Bunker garage door by Robstar. This has been a very popular kind of design, and this is one of those ones I think will sell really well. We have a couple other deployables from this that have done good, so I could see the garage door doing quite well. And last but not least, we have one more garage door for you. It is the Infernal Garage Door, and it has this crazy dragon with a purple tongue, and it looks like it's wood and metal. You've got bones and chains, and just everything all together ties up beautifully with a ghostly green neon glow. Then over here we can check out the bunker door. Block post has a very nice glow as well. And you would actually expect this to be all toxic green, but instead it has this very kind of ominous glow with a yellow light to it, which I think is really nice. Alright, with that we can move on to the rest of the skins that have been submitted this week. And first up we have the Hellriders head wrap by Mishka. And yeah, it's got the same little art back here as you can see, and then it looks like a nice kind of like bandana kind of head wrap going on. Next we have a foil hat for you, which is one of those things that has been submitted many different times. We've seen different iterations of it, so hey, maybe this time a tinfoil hat will conspiracy its way on in. Next up we've got a Snow Birch hoodie version 3 for you, and man, the whole thing just looks like it's made out of woven bark from a birch tree, and it's just a really cool idea, and they've really done a good job on actually making it stick and pop. It doesn't look like one flat texture, it does look like actual woven pieces, and I think that's a really cool design. Next up we have the Polished Obsidian set. And as you can see, it has been translated pretty well over onto the road sign. Underneath you kind of have this grimy but a little bit of a sheen to the black rock, and then you have the shiny pieces of polished obsidian actually popping out throughout the rest of the set. Alright, next up we've got Renegade version 3 road sign, and you'll notice there's no kilt because, well, we already have a kilt, but we don't have the other two pieces as it was accepted with the high qual set. So hey, maybe we'll have a chance to get the other pieces. I think these versions have been updated very nicely. I always like this set because it has like little med syringes and different little things strapped on across it. Next we have ourselves the Shock Guard chest and metal face mask from Chillig, and I love how this almost looks like a angry platypus face or something. I don't know. That's just kind of like the shape it gives me. And I like it. It's just kind of funny looking. But, you know, everyone sees their own thing. I guess it's like the ink blot test, right? So what do you guys see? What kind of face does this give you? A sad robot with a hose for a mouth? I don't know. Something, right? Definitely very cool looking design, though. And it has that kind of orange and black combo color that just kind of works. Next up, we've got the T-2000 chest piece and face mask. And this is taken, obviously, inspiration from Terminator, but they did their own thing. You got, I think, a lot more kind of like carbon muscle kind of look to it. But it's definitely a fun idea. I don't know if the name is an issue or not, but obviously if it was, when it gets accepted, if it got accepted, that would be dealt with then. Next up, we've got a faceless face mask and the skulls set for you. You've got this very kind of biker-themed Hell's Fire chest piece, and then a matching face head covering helmet is all you can really call it, because, well, it's got that invisible face mask going on. Last but not least, we have ourselves the Black Diamond face mask right here. As you can see, it's a nice continuation of the set, and I believe the first translation over to some armor. So you kind of have like the diamond on most of the plating there, and then you've got the matted black. And then the face has kind of like a diamond around the edges and the top that comes around to the back as well. So yeah, it's definitely, I think, a nice use of the textures from the set. Alright, let's jump into our deployables. First, we've got the Saturated Paints sleeping bag for you, and it's got a nice kind of cushy black pillow, and it looks like a nice breathable interior. But then the rest of it is this crazy paint, smears, and artness. Moving on, we've got some small boxes. The first one's going to be the travel box for you. And yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of different kind of, you know, basically areas to travel to. Moving on, and actually, you know what, a version of this where they changed all the names to look, to be Rust-themed things, like monuments and stuff, would be really cool. Just saying. Anyways, over here, we've got the burger box. Pretty straightforward idea, and nice and fun. Then moving on, we've got some work with the first aid box. As you can see, it says meds on top, and then it says first and aid. Then up here, we've got our large boxes. First one's going to be the traveling vendor large box, and it has a nice little theme to look like the traveling vendor, which I definitely think is fun. Then we've got ourselves an iteration in the JPEG set with the version 2 guns box. Some more attempts at a labeled set. Definitely think people would be into that one there. Then over here we've got two boxes. There's the radioactive and crypt box from a new set here. Then our last large box over here is going to be the space food box. Got a couple furnaces. First one here is Meow Meow. This is literally just what it's called. Meow Meow. Meow Meow. Chef Cat. Then over here we've got the hot chain furnace. Really cool that the chains light up while it's lit. Then we've got a rug for you here, and it's this little neon shop rug, and, well, it's the neon shop sign, to be specific. Moving on to our doors, we've got version 2 of the Chalk Menace wooden door. It's been updated to look like the rest of the set with the white chalk and the black background. And we do have a double wooden door for you, and yeah, as you can see, it has a little bit of transparency. The whole thing just kind of looks like a log wall. And yeah, I think that's a fun idea. A lot of people could definitely go with the design for that one. First metal door to this week, the bunker metal door. Moving on, we've got some grinding blades and so forth with the blender door. Then we've got the pet-friendly door with a nice little kind of futury tech look with a, looks like automatic pet door. Then over here we've got a little more kind of a futury look with the sheet metal door crystal. Moving along, we've got our Campbell sheet metal door. And then we have some nice little artwork for you with the cozy cave door. Moving on, we've got a single double door for you, if that's not confusing enough. This snake metal double door. It comes in a orangey red alt version as well, which you can see in the link down in the description. Moving on to our garage doors. Our first one's going to be the cardboard garage door by Algorithm. Death bar garage door. Pineapple neon garage door. Like the bamboo on the roller and the glow on that one. Then over here we've got a little more glow on the roller and some transparency with the containment garage door. Then we've got a bunch of skull storage for you with the skulls wall. Pretty straightforward name on that one there. Moving along, we've got a very bright and future kind of techie looking with the computer station garage door. Then we've got some more tech for you with some bass with the sound bass garage door. And this one, I'm not too sure how much it has a chance, but it's a fake wall garage door. But I really like the depth they kind of pulled off with the fake room in there. And hey, you know what? It's definitely a cool idea. Same kind of goes for this one. It has two versions, one that isn't transparent and this one that is. This is probably way too transparent, but it really looks so nice, like a elevator door or something. I wanted to show off the transparent version, but hey, most likely if it does get in, it would be the one without all this transparency. Then last but not least, we do have some transparency on a armor door for you. This one happens to have a hatch that is just 3 little bars. We've had a few other doors that came in like that, and they're very popular. And simply the prison armored door. So we can go ahead and kill our lights here and cruise on down to the first set of our glowing doors here. Those chains on that furnace. We have our boxes. Really like the glow on the JPEG box. And there we have it. Alright, let's move on to our tools and weapons, and first up we've got Mjolnir for you, and yeah, it's a very popular hammer throughout Norse mythology, and it's made its way through everywhere, to Marvel, to pretty much any game and everything, so hey, there it is. Here's a version of it in Rust, and it's definitely a very good looking one. Next we've got some metal tools for you. It's the Astral hatchet and pickaxe. Definitely have a very cool, very nicely carved out design to them. Definitely love the handles. I think that's really cool. Then we've got one more set for you, the caged hatchet and pickaxe. Definitely much more of a brutal style to them, complete with blood. Then moving on to our weapons for this week, we've got a couple of crossbows for you. The first one's going to be the Curse of the Voodoo set. Definitely a good continuation in that. Same thing with all of that nasty black goop up on there. Definitely don't trust any of that. Next, we've got the Glory crossbow for you. Yes, that Glory set, that famous old Glory AK and various other ones. This is the same author, same set, and a new piece to it. Aiming down the sides here, you have that nice gold design. And if we reload it there we go. There it is. Next, we have one last crossbow, I believe, for you, and it is the Metal Waves crossbow. As you can see, that wavy, trippy design, aiming down the sights. You've got some cloth and the same, very kind of like wavy ridges Same kind of hypnotic design going throughout the whole metal there. Next, we got ourselves an Ioka. It should be pretty straightforward what set it's from, and yes, that is the Tempered Ioka. Definitely a very popular set. I could easily see this one making its way on in. Next up, we've got a sap for you, and it is the Ditto sap. So I could see this also having good potential for this week. Aiming down the sights, it does have kind of what looks like almost battery markers, and you've got that same kind of aquamarine tips to the side. Moving along, we've got a custom SMG for you, and no, this is not more Ditto, it is the Vortex set. Yes, this was another kind of colorful set we had a couple of pieces to not too long ago. Well, actually, it may be a while now that I think of it. And this is version 2 popping in. I do wish there was some color to the sights on this, however. Moving on to our MP5s for the week, we've got the Royal Safari MP5. This is also another safe bet for this week, and hey, maybe it'll be the piece that makes it an official set. I thought last week was, but I goofed on that one. I was miscounting. So yeah, there's that. Aiming down the sights, of course, you've got the black and gold for contrast. Next up, we've got the Destruction MP5, continuing along the set with the kind of bullet bill looking kind of creature guys there, and that kind of pop old sci-fi comic book look, you know. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red sight and a bang, and there we go for our reload. Next, we've got some SARs for you. The first one's going to be the Zen Labs Corp SAR for you, and as you can see, it has a kind of like blue kind of camo thing going on, blue-gray. Aiming down the sights, you have gold tips for the sights. Next, we have the Peonies SAR. This is completely on the opposite side from the other one. Whole thing looks like it's made out of wood with some very beautiful artwork drawn on the side. Aiming down the sights, you do have just normal iron sights. I wish maybe they put a little bit of that blue or purple on the sights there. Then our last SAR for this week is going to be the Welded SAR. As you can see, it's stockless. The whole thing does look like welded pieces of steel. Got a little bit of tempering up in the front. Aiming down the sights, you actually have that same temper color for the tip to the sight, and that, I think, is a nice little touch. Moving on, our first AR for this week is going to be the Bounty Hunter AR. There's a clean and a bloody version. This is obviously the bloodied up version. Definitely love the look of this with the kind of skull coins and everything. Aiming down the sides, you have red versus yellow, and yeah, there's just bits of everything going on. There's a wanted poster, there's wood, there's blood, there's wax, there's gold, there's bullets. It's just a little bit of everything. Next up, we've got the Primal AR. As you can see, it has all sorts of little wildlife. Looks like a bear? It kind of looks like a badger to me a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a bear. You've got these deer running off in the distance, and then you've got some, tiger stripes, and yeah, it's just got all sorts of a nice hunting kind of vibe going on, even with that orange kind of color, Aiming down the sights here, you've got some claw marks and orange and black tips for the sights. Alright, our last AR for this week is going to be the ABC AR, and I don't know why it's called ABC, but yeah, it's got this really trippy kind of graffiti style on it, which is quite cool, and I think you can kind of see ABC in there, so maybe that's literally just what it is. It is what it says. So, hey, there you go. Aiming down the sights, you've got a black tip against the kind of aqua green. And there we go. Last but not least, we have a satchel charge for you, and it is the MK Ultra satchel charge. So there you have that. There, of course, is then going to be a glowing version, which apparently I didn't spawn in. So, hey, well, the eyes light up and the tips of the actual bean cans do. If you want to see the pictures, you can look down in the description below to see the glowing version for once. I flipped that on you there by mistake. So that's going to do it, everybody. Sound out down in the comment section below which ones you are hoping to make it in this week the most and why, so I can pass it on to whoever it needs to go to. Any other feedback you have, I'll get to where it needs to be if it is within my power. As always, stay rusty. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.